So, hello guys, and welcome to this video. Today we are here for a bit of an unexpected, unplanned, unusual, whatever video, but I don't want to waste too much time on it, so let's just literally dive right into it. Over here, and as you can see, we've got a pretty cool contraption over here. Okay, let me fly up again. Alright, so I'll just quickly put myself back here. And yeah, it's pretty slow, so I'll just quickly put myself back here. And I think, let's see, what's a good angle? Yeah, don't mind those chunks over there. It takes a while to update the sections. So yeah, I think this should do. Like it's not, it's kind of hard to read anyway, so yeah. This should do, I think. So let's just put it like this, and yeah, I'll time-lapse this, so I'll see you right back in a second. Alright, I think we're done. Yep, that looks like the entire tape went through. For the mechanics, Mojang, in 1.8 they added this cool new block. It's a slime block, and if you jump on it, you just bounce right back up. Let me show you. Come on! Okay, it's a bit too laggy. Alright, there we go. Bow! So you bounce up. Pretty cool. Now, of course, there are also more complex mechanics behind this, so let's get into those, right? Before I do that, a quick one to mention that this world is available for download in the description. I will edit the glass out and replace it by gold blocks to be opaque blocks in the actual download, but yeah, apart from that, it's pretty much the same. Now, before I continue, actually, I quickly want to mention how you can use it, if you want to mess with it yourself. So basically, to turn on the machine, you just have to turn this thing on. At least make sure that the memory is clear, which means that there's no signals in this board or this one. Alright, cool. And then this, once you turn it on, it will start initializing the memory. Then it will turn this lamp on to indicate that, as long as it's doing that. And once the signal has passed all the way through there and back, it will say the memory is ready, and this lamp will then turn on, and you can stop the initialization with this button. Now make sure after you've done that you keep the lever on, because when you turn back on, it will clear the memory and turn off the sign. And yeah, after 100 seconds, the memory will be entirely cleared. Okay. So that's the control panel explained. Before I continue, I would like to give shoutouts where I need to. So first of all, this thing was suggested by JL2579 on his last stream, Saturday. It's a proud stream. In the off chance you don't know him, there's a channel link down below, but you probably do. So anyway, the font I'm using here is actually made by HiFolksImAdam in his old show, a block type, which was aired like a year ago, I believe. Yeah, that's one of his first fonts he showed in there, and I decided to use it for this, using my text generator filter to quickly generate it, and using another filter to fit it into the piston tape, but I'll show you that in a second when we get to the actual mechanics. Now, I think it's going to be about it for the credits, so if you want to play it without doing it yourself, you can. Those are the people who contributed to it in some way, and apart from that, I think it is time to get into the technical side. So, without further ado, yeah, let's just get into it. So, man, this is actually quite laggy, so in case you don't mind, I'm actually gonna turn this thing off. Alright, I still have a working version on another world, but, well, actually, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna keep this one on, but I'm gonna go to my other world. The other world doesn't have the control panel. It's like a little bit less sophisticated, but yeah, it's still pretty much the same. So as you can see, this is my other world. The lever is over here somewhere, I believe. Yep, it's over here. Cool. Actually, there will be some things I will have to go to the other world in order to explain, but I can do the main stuff in here, so that's cool. Alright, so first I will get how we initialize the memory, right? So while initializing, this latches on. On means this latches on. Instead of the button over there, I just use the button over here to turn off the initialization process when the memory is ready. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So basically, when we turn on the lever, it will push these blocks out, which means that the signal will not get passed through anymore, and it will start clearing the memory, because the memory, of course, is constantly cycling around. That's how repeaters work. Yeah, so anyway, let's continue. Like, it's a bit hard to explain this, but I really want to get through it, and I should probably pause this thing. It's also causing a bit of lag, probably. Cool. Alright, also I'm gonna go down a little bit on the amount of chunks I have for the sake of this video. Like, it's always nice to get at least 10 FPS, right? Okay, so pulse generator over here goes into this latch to turn it on at the beginning when we turn the lever on initially to initialize the memory. Now, what does that mean? It means that there is this piston tape which is going to get rotated around. You actually can't see it like this, but I can quickly open a part of it up so you can see. So in here we got glass and lapis lazuli blocks. Basically, lapis lazuli displays a text, and in case you're familiar with redstone, you probably have heard of piston tapes. Basically, we just have pistons rotating all of these blocks around, right? So it's pretty long, as you can probably tell. Yep, pretty dang long. So yeah, I think, yeah, with 4 chunks I actually can't show the entire thing. It's pretty long. It's 270 blocks, the entire tape. So that's 100 minutes to scroll through, because I'm using a 40 clock. Basically, main mechanics can be shown right over here, actually. So let me just quickly do that. So we got a 1 tick pulse going through a 40 clock. And in order to make this one infinitely expandable, we actually, and also as quick as I could get a piston tape, we just use pistons, basically odd and even pistons. So the odd pistons are triggered at one point and in the opposite phase, I guess. So basically 2 ticks later in this case, because we have a 4 tick clock, the odd pistons are triggered, and this allows us to just, no matter how long our tape is, we can then just get everything done with 2 piston pushes, or in other words 4 ticks, and push the entire tape 1 block around. Now if you use like sequential stuff where you the first to this piston, then that one, and so on, then it gets kind of be long with tapes like this, and you really can't get it done. So that's also, of course, why the port up here got 4 tick repeaters, as you can guess. For the rest, let me just see, right? Oh yeah, something I quickly like to mention. The piston tape thing is, I'll quickly just break this, doesn't matter, we'll place it back in a second. Alright, so now it's going to be start pushing blocks through. So we got a pattern of 1, 2 and 3 blocks in here. But as you can notice, of course, there are gaps, because the block, while it's being pushed, it's not actually a block. It's block 36, it's also something to do with entities, I believe. It's pretty vague. So anyway, it's not going to allow us to pass power through, so there will be these gaps in the pulses, and yeah, we need to do something about that, of course, because if you feed this into a 4 tick port up there, the signals will start getting messy, and we don't want that. So what to do about that is just a quick pulse generator. This one, I designed this one myself. I'm not sure if there's better ones out there, but it's stackable and it's not too big, so I just went for this one. So yeah, anyway, the signal out of here is a solid signal, which is always 4 ticks on or 4 ticks off, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I can actually show it up here, I believe. Let's quickly do this. Well, actually, it got stuck over here, because yeah, that thing going through. So let me just do this and wait until it's empty. Alright, it's empty, and we can send this through. Alright. So basically, the signals are getting passed through over here, and as you can see, we got a just a solid three cycles, 2 cycles, and 1 cycle. Pulse is going through that. So that's basically how it works pretty well. Now there's still a bug for some reason, I guess the 1.8 or something, because it's really annoying and I don't get how this can stay on in the game for very long, but if I make this one 4 ticks, I can actually just show you in a second. I don't know why I turned it off. The signal will start getting messed up. I can show you. So basically just look at right. So right now we got 3, 1, 2, 1. Alright, that's still okay. You saw that? It basically didn't turn this one off, which this one should be off right now, and it is not. And that is messy, and as you can see, it's basically skipping gaps of 1 cycle, which this one is just constantly staying on, which is a big mess, of course. We don't want that. In order to get around that, to me it seems like because we're using 4 tick pulses, 3 ticks works, so yeah, that's pretty okay, I guess. It's a bit annoying, but yeah, I just have to make sure that all the repeaters at the end of a line basically are not 4 ticks, and compensate for that by adding delay at other points, I suppose. So yeah, if you do that, we can get a solid cycle going through with basically the right delay and stuff. So that's also what we've got over here, of course, because as you can imagine, I'll quickly turn this one off, by the way, because it causes a bit of lag. This piston tape, quite laggy. I've calculated it pushes 8,775 blocks per second. So yeah, that in my case that halves my tick rate. In your case, probably a bit less, but still pretty laggy, and you don't want to have that. So yeah, I decided to actually get a memory in, a RAM, I guess you could call it, and that would be the hard drive, but which is this is more easily to access. It's less laggy, and but yeah, it needs to be initialized. You can't just save the state in here easily, which is basically what the beginning is piston tape is for. So yeah, over here, I guess I will just quickly explain that this whole thing goes all the way over here, and then I have some alternating patterns at the end to make sure the signals don't cross, and they go back all the way. Oh yeah, also at this point it's worth noting that the outer 2 rows are just cosmetical. They don't actually get any signals through, so yeah. Anyway, as you can see, this just makes the signals go downwards. They go all the way back, and I'm not gonna prove this to you, but I'll just take it that this one is 270 long, and if it's not, feel free to post it in the comments. But it should be 270 times 4 ticks long, because the cycle length is 4 ticks, and the blocks down here, and we have 270 blocks down here, so that should be an entire cycle. Alright. That is already some of it explained. Now, you're probably wondering at this point how the piston tapes actually work, except for like the alternating pattern, with pistons which are triggered in opposite order, I suppose, or whatever. I think you get the point by now. So let's just show how that works. Basically, right here, actually you can ignore this thing, it just goes up, but it's not very relevant. So let's just break this. Right. So we got a signal right here. It goes down to that one. Same delay, by the way. We don't put the repeaters between here. So this line is triggered at the same point as this line. And in here, because the pistons I actually turned it off, covered it. Also because I thought repeaters still gave off light, but apparently they don't anymore in 1.8, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's what it looks like, by the way. Pretty basic, as you can see. We just have a pulse generator over here. It just sends a pulse into this clock. This one also turns on, and basically once you turn the signal off, the pulse generator will go back down, of course. It won't do anything, and this piston will detect, which will stop the clock. So basically over here we just got a 4-tick clock with a 1-tick pulse going through, and it will stop as well once the input is off. That's just this circuit explained. So let me cover that back up, because I like to keep things consistent, I guess. Like this, I suppose. Yep. Alright, and over here, of course, we just got a line of pistons, which get triggered by that clock. Now, something you've probably noticed out here is the 2-tick repeater signal. Now, before I get into that, I quickly like to mention that these are And I actually forgot we need to create someone else. Dico the Redstoner, yes. I'm pretty sure he and someone else, maybe Sidney, I don't know, built this one design over a year ago or something. I'll make sure to link to the video down below, so make sure to check that out. Anyway, this is a really simple instant repeater design. I won't get into the mechanics of it, but it's pretty actually it's actually pretty like it's not that hard to understand, I guess, and it's really small. So yeah, this instant dual edge repeater. Alright, so basically this will make sure that all of these clocks are dotted at the same point, because of course if you want to have a system like this, you need to hook them all up to synchronized clocks. And in this case we can use a central clock, but in this case of course the pistons are way too far out, so you would have to use instant repeaters to carry the signal between. But it's not a good thing to start messing with this kind of instant repeaters with 1 tick pulses and a 4 tick cycle. They all probably get stuck, so if you got a solid signal, that's way better for them. So that's why I just went for separate but synchronized clocks using instant repeaters to sync them up. Now of course they're not all synchronized. In fact, half of them are out of sync by 2 ticks, which is half of the cycle, which I explained down there why that is for, or what that is for, or whatever. Let's just get over here. So yeah, as you can see, half the clocks are basically have 2 ticks repeaters before them, and half of them don't. Also, it's worth noting that except for like these end pistons, these clocks always have like are actually hooked up to 2 sets of pistons, which of course are alternating. So in order to do that, we just have a 4 tick signal, a 4 tick delay. Of course, using 4 repeaters because we don't want to lengthen the signal going, to the other set of pistons, and that is from the other side actually. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's continue. So that's basically all these clocks which power the pistons, which power the piston tape. Now, basically at some point the entire piston tape will have went through, and it will send everything through here, through there, all the way there, and it will have gone back. And the signals coming through here should be exactly synchronized with the signals coming down here from the piston tape. At that point, you can, you or I or whatever, whoever, can just press the button. It will stop this initialization by basically just turning this off, stopping all of the clocks. The thing will be stationary again, and it will also turn off the reader, so you don't just get a jammed reader which will continuously output the the part of the tape it got stuck on. That would be very stupid, of course. So yeah, over here we just got a line, and that goes into repeaters, which are the this is basically the reader heads on or off. Alright, so I think from there on we are may actually be done. Oh yeah, I'd quickly come to think of it, I think I may have missed some oh no, actually I have not, but I quickly would like to mention that this is the piston tape which is there inside of there. You can of course remove the golden blocks if you want to see those by yourself in the world down below in the description. Over here we got the text which was generated using my text generator 1.1, I believe. Actually it's the first photo on my channel, so you probably didn't hear about it, so if you're interested, I got the link to the video in the description. Of course the font itself was designed by HiFolksImAdam, so thanks to him for that. I also wrote a filter to actually get the text arranged in this piston tape, like wrapped around it basically, just using the templates of 1 block wide, of just 1 block glass, and I wrote a filter which basically cuts that text up into little schematics like columns, and then just pastes them wherever it finds glass, and it just goes all the way around. I may publish that filter if you really want it, but right now I don't think it's really worth it, so yeah. But anyway, I think that may just be about it for the mechanics. So yeah, after initialization, of course, the upper memory is still in use, so we basically just have repeaters cycling all the way through, which you can of course see on the other side here. Bam. Actually, let me see for a second. How long have I been recording? Oh, only 20 minutes. That's actually pretty good. So with including time-lapse, I may just cut this thing down to like 20 more minutes or something. Oh yeah, before we go though, I have to quickly mention There is still one bug with it, it seems, and it is this last line. It is just... The last line for some reason has some kind of random pulses going through there. It seems to get worse over time. Like, I feel like it's a Minecraft bug, but maybe it's something wrong with the machine. If you want to find out, just download the world, initialize it, and you should get the same bug over time, getting worse and worse. Probably this line will just get entirely filled up at some point, but I don't really know what's going on, and I'm not planning on fixing it because it's almost working fine, I guess. So yeah, anyway guys, I really can't think... Oh no, wait, I quickly want to mention how this wiring works, because it's a bit more advanced. The lever just still goes down over here. It sends a pulse to activate this latch, and this latch was just added. It just means, indicates if when the memory is ready, and also when you turn it off, it will just send a pulse to the other side of the both latches to turn them back off again. Now, basically, when... Let's see, right? Actually, when this is on, the memory is not ready. It's starting initializing and it's not ready. And when will it be ready? Well, when it just receives a signal through this line, and when it is off, when this side is off, then this piston will be extended and it will allow the signal to turn this on. And when it's on, the piston will retract to make sure that the signal basically doesn't interfere with stuff while it's off, yeah, or on, or whatever. I don't think I really thought this through, did I? Anyway, doesn't matter, it's just a tiny thing. And yeah, this just goes up to the lamps to make sure that they actually do what they say, but that's pretty boring, so I'm not gonna show that. Anyway guys, yeah, I think that's gonna be about it. If you watch all the way to the end, congratulations, I suppose. I hope you like it. If you didn't, please leave a rating. You know the drill. So I hope you like, and yeah, that's gonna be about it. And I hope I will see you in another video.